You ever get that feeling that your ability to just sit down and think is slipping away? You're busy all day, bouncing from one thing to the next, but at the end of it, you feel like you haven't really done anything? Well, today we're going to talk about a skill that's become a modern-day superpower: deep work. It's pretty much the key to getting ahead in a world that is doing everything it can to distract you. So let's picture this. It's the 1920s. The famous psychiatrist Carl Jung goes out and builds this stone tower in the middle of the woods. But this wasn't some vacation home, oh no. This was his fortress of focus. He'd lock himself away for 2 hours every single morning in total, undistracted concentration. No electricity, no phones, no interruptions. Just him and his thoughts.
And that just begs the question, right? What did a guy like Jung understand about producing brilliant, world-changing work that we, in our hyper-connected, open-office world, have completely lost sight of?
I mean, let's be real. Our typical workday looks nothing like Jung's quiet tower. It's more like a constant digital storm, a never-ending barrage of emails, Slack messages, social media pings, and meeting alerts. Our attention isn't just divided, it's shattered into a million tiny pieces.
And look, this isn't just a feeling we have. The data is actually kind of shocking. A major study found that the average person working a desk job spends over 60% of their time just managing electronic communication and searching for stuff online. And get this, nearly a third of the entire work week is spent just reading and answering email. That is a staggering amount of time just reacting, not actually creating or thinking.
There's a name for all this stuff. It's called shallow work. Just think of it as busy work. It's the logistical stuff, the tasks that don't really demand much brain power, and honestly, anyone could probably do them. It absolutely keeps you busy, but it doesn't move the needle. But there is a powerful alternative, a completely different way of operating. It's the mode of working that geniuses like Jung instinctively got, the thing they used to change the world. And yep, you guessed it, it's called deep work. So, deep work. This is when you're in a state of pure, 100% distraction-free focus. It's the kind of intense effort that pushes your brain to its absolute limit. This is where the magic happens. It's where you create brand new value, where you get ridiculously good at your craft, and where you produce work that is so unique, so you, that it's hard for anyone else to copy.
So let's just put them right next to each other. Shallow work is easy, it's done while you're distracted, and ultimately it's pretty low value. Deep work, on the other hand, is hard, it demands total focus, and it is incredibly high value. One is basically maintenance mode, the other is creation mode. They are worlds apart.
And this distinction, it isn't just some academic theory. Understanding it unlocks a massive economic opportunity that's basically hiding in plain sight in our modern work culture.
I mean, think about it. Everything in the modern office, from the open floor plans that invite constant chatter to the instant messaging platforms that demand an immediate reply, they're all practically designed to interrupt you. They actively work against deep work. So the actual ability to focus for an extended period of time, it's becoming incredibly rare.
But, and this is the paradox, this is the kicker, at the very same time that focus is disappearing, our economy is rewarding more and more the exact things that only deep work can produce. Things like solving really complex problems, mastering difficult skills, and creating truly high-quality stuff. And all of this leads to what's called the deep work hypothesis. It's simple, really. Because deep work is getting both rarer and more valuable, the few people who actually take the time to cultivate this skill are going to have an insane advantage. They're not just going to succeed, they are going to thrive. Okay, so what does that actually look like? What does this deep work superpower actually get you? Well, it boils down to two critical abilities that are pretty much essential for success today. First, think of deep work like hitting the gym for your brain. It literally trains you to learn hard things and learn them fast. And second, it allows you to take that knowledge and produce work at an absolutely elite level. We're talking top-tier quality done at an impressive speed. These aren't just nice-to-haves anymore, they're the price of admission if you want to win in today's economy. If you want a real-world example, let's talk about a guy named Jason Benning. He was a financial consultant making 40 grand a year, and his job was so simple it could basically be replaced by an Excel script. He knew his career was a total dead end, so he decided he needed a hard skill and set his sights on becoming a computer programmer. Now, his method was, well, it was extreme. He locked himself in a room with no computer, just textbooks and note cards. He literally had to retrain his brain, which was used to constant distraction, building up his focus little by little until he could study for over 5 uninterrupted hours a day. And because of this intense concentration, he absorbed complex programming stuff way faster than anyone else. The result? In just 6 months, he didn't just survive a grueling coding boot camp, he graduated top of his class and landed a job paying $100,000. That is the power of deep work.
But here's the thing. The benefits of deep work go way beyond your paycheck. This isn't just about being more productive or making more money. It's about crafting a life that's more meaningful and just more satisfying.
You know that feeling when you're so into what you're doing that the rest of the world just kind of fades away? The psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi called this state flow. And his research found that these moments, when we're challenged and completely absorbed, are when we feel our happiest. Deep work is basically a direct path to getting more of that feeling in your everyday life.
And this connects to a timeless, really beautiful idea: craftsmanship. The idea that applying real skill and care to your work, no matter what that work is what gives it meaning. You don't have to be literally building a cathedral. You could be crafting a line of code or a business plan or a single perfect paragraph. It's the depth of the effort that makes it worthwhile. So what this all boils down to is that a deep life isn't just about being successful. It's about tapping into something really fundamental about being human. By choosing the deep work over the shallow stuff, we're choosing a life that just feels richer, more satisfying, and more, well, good.
Which leaves us with one final thought. The forces of distraction, they're not going away. If anything, they're only getting stronger. So the real question isn't whether deep work is valuable. We know it is. The real question is, what are you going to do with that knowledge? In this world of constant noise, what will you choose to build with your finite, precious focus?